And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Singles regular season action today from Jay Lanes in Douglasville, Pennsylvania. We are just about ready to find out who made it to the step ladder on both scratch and handicap.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our four-game step ladder finals for today's PJBT, our first ever officially Pennsylvania edition, full Pennsylvania edition, here at Jay Lanes in Douglasville, PA. Time to introduce our 5 bowlers for the step ladder. Starting with the scratch division, our number 5 seed from Bethlehem, PA, Parker Lobach.
In the scratch division, your number 5 seed, Parker Lobach.
In the first match, he'll be taking
He looks
on our
excited.
number 4 seed from Mount Penn, PA, Hayden Davis.
Number 4 seed, last week's winner, Aiden Davis.
Winner of match number 1 will advance to match number 2 to take on our number 3 seed from Lebanon, PA, Darren Zombro III.
Your number 3 seed, Darren Zombro.
Winner of match number 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Dallas, PA, Cole Oberst.
Your number 2 seed, Cole Oberst. He's been bowling some pros lately.
Final match will take on our tournament leader at plus 266 for 8 games from Douglasville, PA, Alex Horton.
And your number 1 seed, the local boy, Alex Horton.
For our 5 scratch finalists.
All right, those are our scratch finalists for today. Now for our handicap finalists.
Introduce our 5 handicap finalists. Our number 5 seed from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Danny Shepard.
Danny Shippert is your number 5 seed
In the first match, he'll be
on
taking
handicap.
Number 4 seed from New Hope, PA, Andy Hoffman.
Your number 4 seed, Andy Hoffman.
Game number 2 to take on our number 3 seed from Lansdale, PA, Chase Lechner.
Chase Lechner, your number 3 seed.
Winner of match number 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Gilbertsville, PA, Carmen Rosselli.
Carmen Rosselli, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 163 for 8 games from Allentown, PA, Eli Kirscher.
Eli Kirscher is your top seed today in the handicap division.
Handicap finalists for today's PJBT.
All right, so those are our finalists. As we continue allowing our bowlers and parents to join us in the booth today, PJBT friend Chloe O'Donnell is joining me in
Yes,
the booth.
I am.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Gotta speak up a little bit.
Hi.
So, Chloe, you bowled today
Yes, I did.
on the chromium pattern today. It actually played a little difficult.
Yeah.
Usually it plays a little bit easier. What it did, it's about 6.5 to 1 ratio. And you almost made it to qualifying. You actually tied for the last qualifying spot, and you lost in a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
Yep.
Your opponent made a split to basically win. So, how did the lanes play compared to, what you're used to? And
Well, when I first started, I knew that I was going to have to play, tight inside to outside, or outside to in, and down the lane, just oil was it's drenched outside 5, and I was playing too far out, and you helped me get on track.
well, thank you.
So I started to do a little bit better once I figured out that line that you were talking about. Straight up 7.
I'm not just a great commentator. I actually can coach.
Yeah, you can do a good job. You helped me fix my feet because I was tanking it right. That was bad. I started off really rough.
Yes. Okay. So let's look at our finalists today. In the scratch division, your top seed is Alex Horton. He was second after qualifying at plus 122. Then he rolled games of 195, 203, 256, going 3-0 to get to plus 266. Cole Oberst was fourth after qualifying at plus 91. Then he shot games of 166, 236, 223, winning his last 2 games to get to plus 176. Darren Zombro, I was plus 56 after qualifying, which was good enough for 6th. And he shot games of 236, 206, 208. He won those first 2 matches to get to 166 to qualify 3rd. Aiden Davis, last week's winner, he was plus 102 in 3rd after qualifying. He shot games of 243, 189, 193, winning just the first game. But it was still good enough to make it at plus 157. And rounding out the top 5 in the scratch division, Parker Lobach. He was 5th after qualifying at plus 76 and shot games of 201, 205, and 220, winning only one of those games to get to plus 132. So those are our top 5 in the scratch division. In the handicap division, Eli Kircher, he was 4th after qualifying at plus 41, then shot games with handicap of 218, 219, 225, winning 2 to get to plus 163. Carmen Rosselli was plus 30 and 5th after qualifying. Shot games with handicap of 228, 245, 194, winning 2 to get to plus 157. Chase Lechner qualified 1st at plus 74. Shot games with handicap of 234, 170, 199, winning 2 to get to plus 137. Andy Hoffman was plus 9 and 7th after qualifying. And shot games with handicap 225, 203, 218, winning 2 to get to plus 115. And rounding out the top 5 is Danny Schiffer. He was plus 13 and 6th. Shot games of 167, 233, 209, winning the last 2 to get to plus 82. And those are your finalists and how they bowled today. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching us today. Our message board is always up, live, and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from. Something I do want to let everybody know who, if you're not paying attention to our Facebook page and our website, we have new rules now for the state of Pennsylvania. If you are an out-of-state bowler, please pay attention. If you are an out-of-state bowler, you can only bowl if you have a negative COVID test that was taken within 3 days of you bowling. Any spectators that are from out of state, you must also have a negative COVID test taken within 3 days of you entering this building. We are not allowed right now in the state of Pennsylvania to have anybody out of Pennsylvania in these bowling centers with us unless you show us negative COVID tests from 72 hours or less. We're sorry, but those are the rules right now. Please keep up to date on our website, PJBTBowlingSeries.com, and our Facebook page, PJBT Youth Information page, where we will keep you updated on all of that. Chloe doesn't have to worry about that.
Nope, I live in PA.
Chloe is a freshman
Yep.
at... Hold on.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin game number 1 of our 4-game stepladder finals. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seed Aiden Davis taking on number 5 seed Parker Lobach. Aiden has selected to have Parker start the match on lane 3. On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed Andy Hoffman taking on number 5 seed Danny Schiffer. Andy has elected to start the match on lane 5, and the difference in handicap is 26 going to Danny. All right, bowling fans, let's get a nice hand for our...
All right, and off we go. Chloe being a freshman at Chestnut Hill. Unfortunately, they're not bowling right now.
Nope.
Nobody's bowling right now, pretty much, college-wise.
Very, very few colleges are.
Yes. All right, off we go. Starting on the handicap side, they're going to be bowling on 5 and 6. Scratches on 3 and 4 today. Andy Hoffman starting us off with a strike.
Good start. He followed me today on the lanes. He's following our pair. Oh, not a good start for Parker.
So since you bowl with a lot of these scratch bowlers, and they're pretty much regulars, if you want to critique, like if you see anything that looks out of the ordinary to you with them, or... So Parker splits in the first, he leaves a 210. Danny missed the head pin to the right, he leaves a 1-2-8. Parker does not get any pins on his spare. Mrs. Oberst watching us from Dallas,
Ooh,
Pennsylvania,
hello.
not
Oh.
Texas.
Oh, on my way here, I saw an East Texas sign.
Did you?
And I was like, huh, that's really funny.
And the Black Plague from Miami. He joins us every week. Danny does not make his spare. Let's see what Aiden could do in his first frame.
He strikes.
Right. So Chloe, what are you majoring in?
I am majoring in psychology.
Psychology. I will be patient number 1.
Okay. That's the goal.
To have me be patient number 1.
To finish college and get my degree.
Aiden up, frame 2, looking for a double. Danny looking to make a spare. Aiden goes 10 back. Danny makes his spare. So, what seemed to be like the optimal area to play the lanes today? Like, about, what was you say about the break point was?
Down lane, I think the break point's about 7. Well, I was thinking that.
7 seemed about right, yeah.
Yeah. If you hit that sweet spot, you're gonna strike. And some people found it today. He can't. Parker's issue, from what I've seen him throw today, has been his speed. You told me about my speed, and once I corrected that or tried to, it seemed to work. I think if he slowed down a little bit, that would really help him.
Yes, this pattern in this house definitely plays speed sensitive.
Because once you were too fast, it slides. It slides right through the oil. Unless you hit that sweet spot, you know. Break point.
Like Andy's a perfect example. Andy typically throws the ball a good mile an hour faster than that.
Yeah. I've seen him bowl again.
Yes, he will be a competitor of yours soon. He will be moving up to scratch
Good,
probably
good.
next year.
That's good. That's really good.
And he just started bowling about 2 years ago.
He's been winning a lot of events.
He has. He has. Parker, who made his spare, comes in high in the third, leaves a 3-6. He seems a little confused right about now.
Yeah. It skids and then it jumps.
So for those of you that were watching last week, now this is a little bit different. This is a regular season event, so these lanes have not been re-oiled. Where last week with the major, if you were watching, we re-oiled the lanes for the finals of majors. Good spare there for Parker. Danny went 8 spare in the third. He leaves a 2-8 in the fourth. We'll see if he can pick up the double wood. He does not. He is getting 27 pins. Aiden now up in the third, looking for an opening triple. Two pin.
Yep. Coming a bit light. Andy also leaving
Okay,
7.
Looked like Andy missed his mark on that shot. Which was another thing. If you missed, for you being right-handed, if you missed right, it wasn't coming back.
coming back. You'd be lucky to hit the 3-pin.
Yes. Aiden makes his spare. And he does not.
Just gotta shake it off. Pretend like it didn't happen. And make it a good shot.
She said it.
Much better shot by Andy. And a great shot by Aiden. We're in a pretty sweet spot where we're sitting to watch bowlers throw on lane 4 for scratch and lane 5 for handicap.
Yeah.
Danny gets his first strike of the match in the 5th. He maintains a 21-pin lead with his handicap. Parker now up in the 4th looking for his first strike. That was a much better shot. Kept that ball in.
Inward, yep. Because if you try and belly it, it just doesn't work here. On this pattern. Not today.
So I want to give a quick shout out to your coach, who finished 2nd today in the Berks County Ladies Tournament, Ladies Open Tournament.
Oh, yes.
Krista, son.
Yes. I was supposed to bowl the women's Pyrrhot Open at 2:22 yesterday, but it was
Yes.
postponed, sadly.
Because of the new rules, right
Because
now
of
they
the
had to
new
cancel
rules.
it.
Yeah.
Or postpone it, not cancel
Postpone
it.
it, yes.
I would have been there to watch.
Really?
That's not very far from my house.
Oh.
That's only about 25 minutes.
I love 222. It's my favorite house. Andy doubles.
Yep, that's only about 25 minutes from me.
That's really good.
Just like this place is only about 30 minutes from me. Good shot there by Aiden. He's clean through 5. Has a 23-pin lead over Parker. Andy now looking for a 3-bagger. That's not coming
Nope.
back.
Oh, he got lucky a little bit.
He hit the dry. there is a little dry outside of 2. Well, how rich would you be, Miss Oberst? Aiden comes in high, leaves a 3-6.
Andy. Patterns like these for spares I'm right-handed, so spares on the left-hand side, I need to move farther right because there is no friction and it will not move to come back.
And you are something really that I like about your game. You're one of the few bowlers that shoot your spares straight. You don't hook into your left side spare.
I used to. I used to do it all the time when I first started bowling PJBTs, but then as I grew older and started bowling these a little bit more and watching like the other normal PJBT bowlers grow, they shot at their spares straight, and a lot of college bowlers shoot at their spares straight. So I decided to give it a try, and especially out being in junior gold, it was very hard, but it worked when I.
Yes, it takes practice to do, but once you get it down.
You got it. Yeah.
Danny, by the way, doubled in the 7th and 8th. Aiden made his spare in the 6th. Parker left a 10-pin. It looked like his weight shifted a little bit over his knee. Got him a little off balance. Andy missed his spare. He's quickly running out of frames.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Parker.
Yep.
I think I'll get that. Oh, you will?
You and Parker know
Careful.
Be careful.
Good strike by there, Andy.
Well, let's get it on camera.
Oh, it's on camera. Don't worry.
Yeah, keep it going.
You know
It's a slip and
Parker well. You
slide,
guys
don't worry.
pulled junior leagues
It's not
at the
white
same
belt.
house,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we did.
White belt, somebody died the other
He showed a lot of growth over the last years that I've bowled with him.
Yes. Yes.
A lot of growth.
Oh, I mean, yeah, right. Did I say that?
That's one thing I always admired about him. He always got better and better every time he bowled. You know.
No, I hate to tell you this. They were all hoping it would have slipped and fell and not hurt themselves, but it would have been on the after. I'm telling you what.
We won't say who the actual person who said that was.
Good shot by Parker.
It was him.
Good shot. Another pretty good shot.
All right, so Danny has 171, so he's going to need a mark. If he gets one on this spare, Andy would need to strike out to tie.
Aiden comes in late. 2-5.
Well, Black Plague, this is chromium, and knowing the characteristics of this house, that line that you played would not have worked here. Danny made his spare, so he will be moving on. All right, 189 for Danny. So Andy's going to remember those four opens.
Yep.
All strikes, opens, no spares. Yeah. All right, back over to the scratch side.
And he makes
Aiden with a
his
strike in the 8th. He maintains his 20-pin lead. But Parker's on a strike in the 7th. He could cut it to 10 with a strike here. All right, 189 to 160. Danny Schiffer moves on. Parker looking to cut the lead to 10. And he does it.
Buck up.
Strike here, he will tie the match.
Yep.
And he does.
Buck up. Take it up.
What do you want for Christmas? More Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aiden Davis up in the 9th.
Come on, one more.
And we are tied going into the 10th. Actually, I just lied. Aiden is up by 10 going into the 10th.
So that's the
My error. Aiden will be looking to double and a pin to shut out Parker. And he leaves a 10.
That was very flat.
Very.
flat.
First shot. Yes. Yeah.
Ball, Sam, let's go.
First shot.
Today was the first day I've ever bowled here too.
Is it?
Yep.
Pretty big shot for Aiden here. And he gets it. Now,
First shot.
we have the possibility of a tie. Parker is going to need a double. If he goes strike 9 spare, we have a tie.
Okay.
I know, Miss Overs, I usually don't make errors when it comes to scoring, but this time I did. $52 if you were wondering. Matt, 52 if you were wondering.
Come on. There.
All right,
Got
there's the
one.
first. So now strike here wins. 9 spare ties. Anything less than 9 on his first shot loses.
First shot. Back up. First shot.
Good afternoon, Colin.
Hi, Colin.
And Aiden Davis moves on.
First shot.
Looked like that was a little inside and a little fast, which is deadly now on this pattern in this house. All right, 224, 221 victory for Aiden Davis. He moves on. We'll be facing Darren Zombro III.
That is devastating. I feel like I know exactly how that feels from
You do?
today.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 1 in the finals. Finishing in 5th in the scratch division, getting a $40 scholarship certificate and award goes to Parker Lobach.
Parker Lobach,
Back in the ball.
5th spot, handicap division.
And our 5th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $40 scholarship certificate and award goes to Andy Hoffman.
Andy Hoffman,
Go ahead, TJ.
5th place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to match number 2.
All right, as we get ready for match number 2, let's go over the upcoming schedule. Now, I must say that everything right now is going to be tentative. So, definitely keep up to date on our PJBT Facebook page and website, because with the uptick in cases, nobody knows what the future holds. But until we know, let's go over the schedule. Next week, we have an off week. No bowling next Sunday. The following week, December the 6th, Adult Junior Tournament number 3 at Clearview Lanes. Clearview is located in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. That is a 10:30 start time on Sunday, December the 6th. Reservations will be required for this event. It will sell out. I believe the number of teams we could have is somewhere between 48 and 64, because that's only a 32-lane bowling center. So you definitely want to get your entry in ahead of time. If you get your entry in before 11:59 next Sunday, you get the discounted rate. The following Sunday, December the 13th, is our next under 21 doubles event. That's at Colony Park Lanes in York. 10:30 start time. And then something Chloe might be interested in, our next girls only tournament at my favorite little bowling center, East Lincoln Lanes. That's
a
Sunday, December 20th. What?
It's a Sunday.
Yes, Sunday. Sunday, December 20th. 10:30 start time. Then the following Saturday, the day after Christmas, is our annual Day After Christmas tournament at Rose Bowl in Allentown. Sure we'll see you there.
Yeah. Yes, you will.
This tournament, we always split up the times because the turnout is usually high, but
Yes.
God only knows about this year. Handicap starts at 10, scratch starts at 2. And then we round out December and the year 2020 with our annual New Year's Eve tournament at Strike Zone in Pottsville. Special start time. The first tournament in January, it's another girls only tournament at Town and Country in Bethlehem.
I see it. That's
Sunday,
my home lanes.
yes it is. Sunday, January 3rd, 10:30 start time. Once again, please keep up to date with what is going on with the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour on our Facebook page. That's PJBT Youth Information page. Anything that we learn about what's going on with the status of COVID-19, we pass along as soon as we find out on our Facebook page. So those are our upcoming events. And the fat guy is getting hungry. Fat guy's gonna be looking for food after this.
Are you running your PA Fats tournament?
No.
Bummer.
Much as I would like to. Not with COVID going on. And I gotta find sponsors. I took it on the chin. That tournament cost me about $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. I would like to say good thing I'm independently wealthy, but I'm not. I have a kid in college.
True. I'm sure that's how my mom feels and my parents.
Yeah.
I'm the only child, so, you know.
He's, well, not that he's genetically proven to be mine, but if he is, he's mine. He's the only one that I know of. Take it away, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin game number 2 of the finals. On the scratch side, we have number 3 seed, Darren Zombro III, taking on number 4 seed, Aiden Davis. Darren has elected to start the match on lane 3. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed, Chase Fleckner, taking on number 5 seed, Danny Schiffer. Chase has elected to have Danny start the match on lane 5. The handicap is 33 going to Danny. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice end for our game 2 final.
All right, off we go. Scratch match. Darren Zombro III taking on Aiden Davis. Darren will be starting. Handicap side, Danny Schiffer against Chase Lechner. Danny is starting and getting, 33 pins. And he starts out with a 2-4-10. First look at Darren. He gets the 7 out. A lot of talent in our scratch finals today.
Yes, yes.
Danny got 1 on his split. Conversion. First look at Chase.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna head out.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you at the next PJBT.
Yes. Have a safe drive home.
I will. Bye, buddy. You have a safe drive home too.
Keep that there. Keep that.
Are you gonna sit here?
8 and up, shooting at his 6-pin, and he has it. Chase made his spare. Joining me in the PJBT broadcast booth now is tournament director Matt.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this very unique day. Our first ever, officially, in 20-some years, PJBT with all Pennsylvania bowlers. We live in unique times, and now we have some unique events.
Yes.
Oh, interesting shot there for Aiden.
It's not to say that bowlers from other states can't bowl.
True, very true. But in case anybody didn't hear this week, the governor's orders were you must have a COVID test, a negative COVID test, 3 days before coming to the state, within 3 days. So for any of our bowlers out there from out of state, please check our website and our Facebook page for all the information. We would like to have all of yous out. Obviously, it's not my rule, but we have to be safe until we can hopefully get bypast this virus and get back to normal life here. So we are in match number 2 of our stepladder finals. Started the day with 46 bowlers, 23 in each division. Danny Schiffert off the miss spare. Gets a 7 count. 10 pin over there for Darren on lane 3.
Colleen, second is Cole Oberst, first is Alex Horton.
Danny picks up his spare. Very interesting style here for Chase Lechner, as he certainly his footing is like a left-handed bowler, but spins the ball like a right-handed bowler.
Yep.
Two-hander. And he gets his first strike of the match. Zombro covers his spare. Nice strike there for Aiden Davis. That's a double. So Aiden surviving the first match. Trying to get lined up here in match number 2. Oh, great shot there for Chase Lechner, leaving the solid 9 pin. Interesting pattern today. We bowled on the chromium pattern. It is considered a challenge pattern by Kegel standards. We had a couple of good scores today, but nothing outrageous on the board today.
No, it only took in scratch -7 to make it through qualifying.
Another striker for Aiden Davis. He's got 3 in a row. Again, you're watching match number 2 of our 4-game stepladder finals for today. And there's a strike for Danny Schiffert, first strike of the match. Zombro steps up and goes light, leaving the 2-4-5. He'll look to make the spare. Looks like one thing I'm noticing in the bowling I've watched so far today is this pattern is certainly scoreable, but you cannot throw the ball through the break point.
Yes, definitely speed sensitive in this bowling center. Colleen, if we're still bowling, we look forward to seeing you too in 2 weeks.
Good spare there for Darren to keep the board clean. Trails by 4 through 4 frames. Danny Schiffert steps up with the 5-pin.
Which now's a good time maybe for you to explain. With the new rules that we have, with the way ABC is sanctioning, or the USBC, listen to me say ABC.
Yeah.
How do we determine for an adult youth who bowls it, like who has to bowl as an adult and who has to bowl as a youth?
Well, what we do is, for our events, we are the original 21 and under bowling series. So for all of our normal events, we go by 21 and under, which is what it used to be many years ago when we started the PJBTs, until the change a couple years ago that USBC went to youth being 19 and under. But we agreed to keep 21 and under. For the adult junior events, to answer that question, we go by your sanctioning. So, for example, if you are an 18-year-old bowler who's sanctioned adult, then you bowl as the adult. If you are sanctioned in a youth league, then you bowl as a youth. Okay? So, so sanctioning would be the answer to your question.
Do you know, do the new rules affect that at all?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. I didn't know
I don't
if
believe so.
18-year-olds could sanction as a youth anymore.
I believe, I could be wrong, but my understanding is that as long as you're 19 and under, you could still sanction as a youth bowler, and then that would qualify you to bowl as a youth. Basically, the way we do it for adult juniors is once you sanction through an adult league, then you have to bowl as the adult bowler. That's basically how it works for those events. Back to the action. Chase Lechner leaving a very unconventional 3-4-6. So he gets 2, so he'll put 102 up in the 6th. So he'll be trailing the match still a little bit. On the scratch side, Aiden's streak ends at 4, leaving a 5-pin. But he will look to spare and keep the lead in the match, which he does. And Danny Schiffert gets his second strike of the match. I will be right back. I got to grab something.
Oh, okay. So at the moment, Aiden has a 23-pin lead that could be cut to 13. And is not with Darren's 5-pin. Danny up, working off of a strike. Misses the head pin left, leaves the 1, 2, 1, 3, 6, 9.
Okay, only needed 30 seconds there. So with a spare here, Zombro picks up the spare. He will trail by 23 through 6 frames. Schiffer needs to keep the board clean. Oh, and he misses the back pin. So he will post 113 in the 7th, 146 with his handicap. So Lechner will need to get going here to make up the handicap difference. And Zombro comes in 6, 7, 10. Lechner with his second strike in the match. So Zombro gets 2, 132 in the 7th for him. So now he can only max out at 222. Oop. Lechner comes in high, leaving the 3-pin. See if Aiden has an opportunity here to really drive open this match. And he walks through the opening with a strike.
Good shot.
Lechner with a spare.
Hi, Dad.
Yes. Oh, a crossover jersey strike for Danny Schiffer. That's the third. That's his third strike in a row on the right lane. And another strike for Aiden Davis.
Yes.
So Aiden not letting up at all on Darren.
He could strike out for 269. That's a double for Danny. Better shot there for Zombro. He could still strike out for 222. So that match isn't over yet.
He is going to need a little bit of help, but it is close yet. Let's see. Oh, and Chase Lechner gets the snowplow strike. Certainly needed that one to give himself a chance yet in the match.
Yes. This is a big shot here for Zombro. He's going to need a strike here.
And he goes pocket 8-10. Wow.
I don't know really what to say about that, because that didn't look like the type of shot where you're going to have a deflection to leave an 8-10. But in any case, that match is now over, and Aiden Davis will be moving on. Over here, on the handicap side, with a strike, Chase will shoot 182. 146. So Danny is just going to need a few pins. Chase gets his strike, so he finishes with a really impressive one open 182 game. Just couldn't throw enough strikes. Aiden makes his spare in the ninth. And Danny goes Jersey. He officially wins. Darren, you could go.
I'll get it. Darren. You can go ahead and
Go.
go. But
Danny with 4 strikes in a row. God bless you. What was the final score of that Eagles game, by the way?
22-17. Something like that.
Danny finishes with the back 5 to shoot 203.
203.
236 with his handicap.
Big game for him.
.244 for Aiden.
So we have a 236 to 182 win on the handicap side for Schiffer. And it'll be, for Davis, it'll be 244 to 170 some in a moment.
.244 to 178. Aiden Davis moves on over Darren Zombro III. All right, we'll let Matt give out awards for 4th place, and then we will move on to the semifinals.
game number 2 of the finals, finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Getting a $50 scholarship certificate and award goes to Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro III, 4th place in the scratch division today.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship certificate and award goes to Chase Lechner.
Chase Lechner, 4th place in the handicap division today.
Okay. All right, on to our semifinal matches.
All right, we'll set up for the semifinals. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Same thing as before.
Good job.
Oh, okay. What happened?
Bye, Toad. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hopefully. Safe driving.
I got Grandma's car.
You got a what?
Grandma's car. Is it on?
Yeah.
Hello, the live stream.
Should have brought your stuff to practice.
It's an off week for me.
That's supposed to be next week.
Mom told me that I needed an off week. So I said, okay, I didn't even argue. But I still came to watch. They looked challenging today.
They were. Very speed conducive.
Yes. And if you didn't hit the right spot, it wasn't doing anything. Bye, Becca. Bye.
See you guys. Yeah, it probably would have been a little tough for you.
Probably.
You would have had to get the ball into a roll kind of early. So you would have needed to something strong and dull it out. If you have something pinned down, preferably.
My IQ?
Gotta think about that. Huh?
Maybe. Alright. Bye, live stream. I'm out of here.
Safe driving.
Thank you, you too.
Wave when you go through my hometown as you're, where I live, as you're driving through it.
I don't know where that is.
She could come visit sometime.
Taking on number 4 seed Aiden Davis. Cole has elected to start the match on lane 3. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Carmen Rosselli taking on number 5 seed Danny Schiffer. Carmen has elected to have Danny start the match on lane 5. Danny getting the difference in handicap of 22. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, off we go for the semis. We got Cole Oberst against Aiden Davis, the 2 against the 4 seed. And we got Carmen Rosselli against Danny Schiffer, the 2 against the 5 seed. Danny getting 22 pins, and he does not start off very well. Cole up in his first frame, 4 pin. Good shot. Matt rejoins us in the booth.
Yes.
So congratulations, we found out that you will be having a girl.
We did, yes. Last evening, the reason for the pink beads we're all wearing today, we didn't just wear them because Mardi Gras broke out. Yes, we did find out, so we're very excited to extend the PJBT family a little bit next spring. Good first shot there for Carmen Rosselli.
PA Fats makes a really good godfather, by the way.
I'll let the other half know that, in case she's listening. First shot for Aiden Davis in the semifinal.
Cole made his spare. 9 pin.
Pretty good shot. The winner of the scratch match will take on Alex Wharton for the title. And on the handicap side, the winner will take on Eli Kirscher for the title. Rosselli comes up a little bit high, leaving the 6-10. Once again, Carmen Rosselli has a very similar, similar motion to what we just saw in the last match with Chase Lecter. In this case, though, he is a left-handed bowler, but he throws the ball very similar to a right-hander. That one he flattens out to go straight for the spare. Back on the scratch side, both bowlers start with 9 spare. And 9 and a wiggle.
9 and a halfway over.
And I don't think that's how Danny planned it, but he got a strike. Almost missed the head pin to the left. But sometimes in bowling, it's better to be lucky than good.
Yes.
So, first strike of the match for Dan. Aiden picks up his spare. And Danny takes advantage of that first strike and puts up a double.
Cole Oberst now up in his 2nd frame. Carmen Rosselli now up in his 3rd frame. Two, 4, 5 for Carmen, and a strike for Cole.
First strike of that scratch match, so I think Cole really wanted to finish on the right lane. That seemed to be his better lane in practice. So we'll see if that makes a difference coming down the stretch here. Rosselli will look to convert his 2-4-5. Ooh. And he converts. Probably wasn't completely sure of that one, but
just as we weren't.
Able to convert.
Cole looking for a double. Oh, good shot.
If we had instant replay, you'd see that the 6 went right around the 10 on that one. That's a wrap 10. Frame 4 for Carmen Rosselli, and he gets a strike. Second strike of the match. CPA, they are listening.
Good. Good.
Danny goes left, leaving the head pin.
I'm more than
1,
happy
3, 6.
to accept Godfather duties.
Amongst all the other duties you have, right?
Yes. I could give references. I am a godfather to my nephew.
Oh, and Danny hooks that one too much to the left. So he'll post 60 in the 4th. And ate him with a strike. Pretty even match so far on the scratch side in the semifinal. Both bowlers early in the match. See if Danny can come back from that open frame. Well, this ball looks a little bit wider than target. And because of it, he leaves the 2-4-10. So he got that one a little bit outside of his normal target zone, and the ball did not finish back. It tucked itself behind the head pin. And Aiden Davis with a strike. Posted double. So back-to-back opens, 7 misses for Danny. 67 in the 5th, 89 with his handicap.
Actually, Black Plague, this program does do instant replay. It's just we need a producer to help. It's a little tough to do with just 2 people.
There's a great shot for Cole Oberst. So he certainly got the right lane down. That's 2 in a row on the right lane for Cole. He'll be looking to strike here on the left lane. The left lane's been giving him a little bit of trouble. 7 count for Carmen Rosselli. Important part for Carmen here is to make his spares, keep the board clean, and that should even up the match as we're at about the halfway point on the handicap side.
That's going to make her more mad. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to sit there and argue with.
And he does, picks up his spare. And Cole comes up high on the left lane, leaving the 4-6.
Looked like he threw that one a little much slower than he did the last frame.
Yeah, I couldn't tell for sure from this angle, but it looked like it was a little bit inside a target also. The important part here is to get one. He's going to have to make an adjustment on the left lane only, it looks like.
I didn't want to make her mad. She said, no, you did nothing wrong. It was all her doing.
All right, he gets the 1.
And a strike for Carmen Rosselli. So Carmen has the lead now in the middle of the 6th frame.
Four 5 for Danny.
And 3 in a row for Aiden Davis. So
Taking advantage of Cole's open.
Not that one.
Happened with what, Miss Oberst? Once again, for those of you watching, our message board is operational. Should you wish to let me know, if you want to say something, let us know where you're watching us from today.
Oh, Davis goes through the heart, leaving
A lot.
a lot. I was about to say the Greek church plus a 3-pin,
Yes.
but 4 count.
That's something you don't want to do on multiple strikes.
Let's see, after 3 opens for Danny, he is able to get a strike. So back on the strike train for Dan. Now let's see if Carmen can extend his lead. Good effort there for Davis. He gets 4. It's not easy to even get 4 on that one. So 119 in the 6th. So he can max out at 239. Let's point out that Cole Oberst can strike out for 238 at the moment. So that's a pretty even match right now. Pretty good shot there for Roselli, leaving the 10 pin. It's interesting to watch when a bowler has that two-handed motion of how they have to spin it for the strike, but then for the spare, they need to figure out a way to roll the ball more forward.
Yes.
Rather than turn it.
Yes. Cole with another strike on the lane that you said he liked.
Yeah, that's clearly, clearly the left lane is the issue here. Be interesting to see. I mean, I would expect a ball change on only that lane, but it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do. See if he makes an adjustment here on 3 and can line up. Interesting. So that ball did not drive through and almost left the 7-10. Then the messenger fell off the bat.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think the move there would have been a ball change,
yes,
just on the left lane,
especially with it being the 7th frame.
Yep. I don't know if he has something that would have driven a little harder on the back end for just that lane. He's almost in a position right now where, you know, if I was him, I'd almost have to throw 2 different balls in 2 different lanes.
I'm in agreement with you.
But he picks up the spare. Now
Keeps
Roselli
him down 11.
Down 11. Roselli leaves the 4 pin. So he'll look to make his spare and keep that board clean. And he does. Davis comes off the 4-4 count with a strike. Pretty good shot there for Danny.
Yep.
Leaving the 4 pin. Good spare there for Schiffer. And a light mixer for Aiden Davis. I'm sure he'll certainly take a light mixer rather than that 4 count he had 2 frames ago. So double posted, and that gives Davis the lead. Schiffer crosses over, leaving the 6 pin. So for Schiffer, that ball just grabbed early. Looked like he got it to his target. But I think if he advances past this match, he's going to have to move further left. Picks up his spare. So he can max out at 187 with his handicap. Right now, Carmen Roselli on a 206 pace. I'm sorry, 196 pace if he goes strike spare. So right now, Roselli just got to keep the board clean.
Cole gets a 10 up. All right.
Once again, perfect lane for him. And a big strike for Carmen Roselli. So Carmen Roselli can really shut him out as he starts the 10th frame here. Now let's see what Oberst does on the left lane, because that's going to be the key. Again, this is his last shot on this lane. He has struck every time on the right lane and has not struck once on the left lane. He's going to stick with the same ball. See if he makes an adjustment at all. And he gets his first strike of the match on that lane. The question is it too late? Let's see what happens as Davis steps up. Handicap side, Rosselli leaves a 10 pick. So Rosselli really wants to make this spare because that would lock up the match. Spare here would lock up the match.
On the scratch side, we have the possibility of a tie still.
Rosselli picks up his spare, and that should lock up the handicap match.
Another wall shot for Aiden. So this is the important shot here. $193 for Carmen. He'll be moving on. And that's 4 in a row for Aiden. Now he just needs to stay behind the foul line. $239 for Aiden.
Good game, Danny. Yeah, I told him to say everything.
All right, Carmen wins 193 to 184. Good match. Hey, before you leave, I want to talk to you.
Oh, what?
About what he saw out there.
Why?
Because he missed an opportunity to do something.
Yeah, that's the little one.
So Carmen Rosselli will move on 193 to 184 in this semifinal handicap match. He'll take on Eli Kirscher for the title. On the handicap, or scratch side rather, Hayden Davis wins his 3rd consecutive match, 239 to 197. And he will advance to take on Alex Horton. Time to give out some hardware.
Yes.
We're not gonna be here next Sunday.
Man, I can't.
Okay, bowling fans, the results of our semifinals, finishing in 3rd in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate award goes to Cole Ober.
Cole Overs, 3rd place today, scratch division.
Our 3rd place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Danny Shepard.
Danny Schiffer, 3rd place today
All right, on to our final matches.
in the handicap division. right, on to our finals.
One more time, I need your
Yeah, you know, you're right. Let me pick one and see if you pick the right one.
Okay, and then Eli, your choice. Start first, finish last.
You're still here?
Oh,
Why do I have the feeling you live here?
it's not a good day if I'm not here for over 12 hours. I didn't have to do that. I didn't clock in.
Oh, well, but you knew I was here. We'll take it. Sure, why not? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the finals. On the scratch side, we got the number 1 seed, Alex Horton, taking on the number 4 seed, Aiden Davis. Aiden trying to win for back-to-back weeks. And on the handicap side, we got Eli Kircher, the number 1 seed, going against Carmen Rosselli, the number 2 seed. It looks like Eli. Let's wait officially till we get the handicap in. Is that a handicap right? 22?
Okay, Owen fans, time for the title match for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, top seed, Alex Horton, taking on number 4 seed, Aiden Davis. Alex has elected to have Aiden start the match on lane 3. On the handicap side, we have top seed, Eli Kircher, taking on number 2 seed, Carmen Rosselli. Eli has elected to start the match on lane 5, and he gets the difference in handicap, which is 22. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title action.
All right, off we go to the finals. Eli will be getting 22 pins in this match. All right, Eli will be starting on the handicap side. Aiden will be starting on the scratch side. Eli comes in high, leaves the 2-4-7. Aiden picks right up where he left off. This is going to be a really entertaining championship match. The potential.
Aiden's been the hot bowler the last couple of weeks, and Alex has also been bowling really good.
And this is Alex's home house. At least school-wise. $10 Yes, gentlemen, this is the finals right now. Carmen with the 1-2. Eli did not make his spare. Alex makes his spare. So does Carmen. Alex with a strike in the second. Yeah, it does look like lane 3 is a little tighter than 4.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in the scratch side. Rosselli leaving the 10 pin. So again, just like the last match, his goal is probably to keep the board clean.
Aiden looking for an early 10-pin lead, and he gets it.
Gets it with the double. And a spare for Carmen Rosselli, so back-to-back spares.
Aiden looking for the front 3. 4-pin. Touch inside. Good shot there by Eli. Strikes in the second.
First strike of the match. Aiden picks up the spare. Eli fortunate to kick out the 7-pin there and leaves the 6-10, makeable spare. And Horton with a strike. It almost looks like with this pattern, a lot of these bowlers are trying to almost they don't want to hit solid in the pocket. They're trying to hit light because you get a better mix of carry with the light hit.
And honestly, that's also one of the characteristics of this bowling center, if I remember correctly.
Good spare there for Eli Kirscher. Yeah, because it almost looked like Horton's feet were more to the right of the lane, but his sliding foot was at the same point. It's interesting. That ball was inside a target, and he leaves the 6-10. So he'll look to spare that up. And first strike of the match for Carmen Rosselli. And this is your title match for today's PJBT here at J Lanes in Douglasville, PA. Our last event before the Thanksgiving holiday. And Horton chops his spare, leaving the 6 stand. So 76 in the 4th for Alex. And a double for Carmen Rosselli. So let's see here. Aiden has done a good job all day of walking through the door when the door has been opened for him. So let's see what he can do here in the 4th frame of the title match. Oh, wow. Great shot.
That was a good shot.
Great shot, 9-pin. And Eli lets it go a little bit wide. Dad's pointing at his elbow. We used to like to call that a chicken wing.
Yes.
When I was a younger bowler. It happens. So he'll look to see if he can convert the spare off the open, or the miss rather. Spare conversion for Davis. A little bit better shot, but 7 count. So he'll be at 45 in the 4th, 67 with his handicap. So, new frame. He'll look to start a new string. Interesting. Strike there for Davis on the left lane. I think that's the key with any match on the scratch side is figuring out the left lane. It looked like that ball was a little bit more inside a target, but for that lane, the ball drove through. So that might be the key to victory today. Yes.
All right, let's see what Alex could do in the 5th. Eli left a 4-pin in his 5th frame. And so did Alex. Remember, we just had Alex on last week, and he threw probably the best 190 game I've ever seen, if you recall.
I do.
Every ball was in the pocket.
Covers up the spare.
I think he was a little nervous about that.
Yeah, I think he knew the ball was not going to hook. So. All right, Rosselli goes wide, 1-2-9. With his opponent having back-to-back opens. Again, needs to keep the board clean to maintain the lead in the match. Just a reminder for our fans out there, our next event will be in 2 weeks from today. Sunday, December the 6th will be our adult junior event. It'll be at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy, PA.
Alex gets the messenger. Carmen made his spare. Carmen's still clean through 5.
And has a 20-pin lead.
Aiden, presently up by 2, could take a 12-pin lead with a strike here in the 6th.
Now that shot there, that was a 7-pin, and that's the result of the light hit. Continuing the light hit, you're occasionally going to get the ball to deflect a little bit. And Carmen Rosselli with a strike. So 106 in the 5th, clean game for him. 3 strikes, 3 spares to have a 40-pin lead. Davis picks up his spare. So we have a 2-pin match on the scratch side. And Eli goes light 3, 4, 6, 7. For our bowling fans out there, the way to convert this spare will be to hit to the right side of the 3-pin, bounce that 3 over into the 4 and the 7. Not an easy conversion. Another strike for Aiden on the left lane.
Steelers fan, I'm sorry. You'd have to go a lot for me to do that.
Let's see what Eli can do with this split. He gets the ball over there for 2. So 62 in the 6th for him, 84 with his handicap. Big strike now. Big shot, I should say, for Horton here. And that one went straight. Which is very interesting because the shot before that, the ball hooked through the face. So I'm not sure if he threw that one harder. But he's going to have to figure out the right lane, it looks like.
Yes.
Because that lane is really giving him trouble here. It's not the lane he finishes on, so important to pick up a spare here, which he does.
He may have gotten into some of Aiden's oil on that shot, with Aiden throwing urethane.
8 count for Eli Kirscher in frame 7, leaving the 3-9. And he converts his spare. Ooh, good, interesting shot there for Horton. It looked inside a target off his hand, and he was able to trip all of it out, 4, 6, and 7 to keep him in the match. That could be a game-changing shot for our title match.
Can be.
8 count for Carmen Rosselli, leaving the 4-7. Great shot there for Aiden, posting his a double, second double of the match. Rosselli picks up his spare.
Still clean through 7. Big shot here for Aiden to set himself up for the 10th. He could put a lot of pressure on Alex with a strike here.
Yeah, he can max out right now still at 248, Horton at 226.
Oh, good shot, 10 pin.
Okay, so makes a spare. Horton can strike out for 226. Spare strike out, he'll shoot 227. So we have a match on the scratch side. On the handicap side, Rosselli with another strike. And that will, he is closing in on a victory. Davis misses his spare, and that opens the door for Alex Work. 3 count for Eli.
So, if Alex wants to shut out Aiden, he needs to strike here. And then 2 in the 10th. If he doesn't strike here, he cannot shut out Aiden.
And we still have the possibility of a tie.
Yes.
And he gets a strike. So big double there for Alex Horton.
That was the shot he was looking for on that lane.
Now he comes back to his better lane to start the 10th. Again, if he goes strike, 9 spare, he will force Davis to strike out to force a tie. So we could have a lot of options here as we start the 10th frame.
Eli up here in the 9th. He strikes. So he could still shoot 165, but Carmen just needs a couple pins in 2 frames. Alex Horton up. Gets the 5 out. All right, this is the big shot here. This is for all the money.
Strike for the win. And we have a winner on the handicap side. Carmen Rosselli going to be your handicap winner for today. Now Horton with the strike wins the title. He gets 9, he can force a tie. Anything less than 9, Aiden still has a chance.
Oh,
9. So that will put, he needs the spare to force 215.
All right.
And he makes the spare. So the worst he can do is a tie. Now up to Aiden Davis. Aiden's going to need 3 strikes to force a tie.
And Aiden has hit the pocket all game. I think in his 4 games he's only missed the pocket once or twice. And those were on shots that he got inside. So let's see, one at a time. And there's one.
First shot, he gets 1.
That was a good shot. Really good shot. All right, Carmen Rosselli with a nice 223 game.
Oh, and he trips the second one.
One more. Let's go.
I was going to say, it looked like he lost that off of his hand a little bit.
Okay, so we're down to 1 shot for Aiden Davis to force a tie in the title match.
Looks good. And he does
He
it.
got it.
All right.
So we have a tie.
Nothing better than a tie in the title match. Good bowling by both bowlers, doing what they need to do.
Okay. So
So go break the tie.
I will do that. Give me 1 second. 223 to 133. And 111. Okay, it'll be a
ninth and 10th frame overall.
All right, so it looks like Alex Horton has decided to start. I mean, it looks like Alex has decided to let Aiden start.
He has.
So,
We will manually keep score.
yes, so Aiden will throw 1 frame on 3, then Alex will throw his 2 frames starting on lane 4, then Aiden will finish on 4. Looks like both bowlers are going to be finishing on their stronger lane.
First shot for Aiden is a strike.
So, if they were to tie again, do we do another 9th and 10th, or do we go
We
into...
go ball for ball.
Ball for ball after this, okay.
Yes. So Aiden with a strike in the 9th. You won't see it on the scoreboard. Horton, this will be his 9th frame. And he goes through the break point. We saw that earlier in the match. And he gets
I could get rid of the score.
2-4-5.
Next up. Aiden got a strike. I don't know. I don't touch that. I'll leave at the back.
I'll just change the name.
Whatever you guys do. Yeah. You got it. All right, Matt. We'll put the... Good job.
Don't worry about the name.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Horton makes his spare.
All right, so now Horton up 10th frame on lane 3. He can max out at 40.
I can't remember the last time we had a tie in the finals.
It's been a while.
It has been.
Been a while. And you gotta give credit to Aiden Davis. I mean, all the pressure was on him.
Yep.
I mean, all the pressure was on him. He needed to get 3 strikes to force this tie, and he got all 3. So, talk about clutch bowling. That's leads us to where we are. Horton leaves a 10 pin. Interesting now, because now for the updated on the scoreboard, he can go spare strike for 39. Aiden will just need the first strike to win the tournament.
All right, so this is
Fair.
a big shot here for Horton.
Yep, big shot here. I want to point out this was our second tie of the day. We haven't had ties in a while.
No.
But we had a tie at the end of scratch qualifying, so second time today.
Oh,
And a
that's
10 pin. So 38 is the final score for Alex. So Aiden realistically
Now-
needs a strike on the first ball.
yes.
If he does not strike, he can go 9 spare 9 and still win the
Yes,
tournament.
that's why that last shot for Alex was so important. Now Aiden could win without throwing a strike. A mark in 9 or a strike.
Strike for the win.
And
he gets
that's
it.
going to do it. Aiden Davis going back to back.
Not a boy.
And he does it the hard way with walking the ladder today.
You know. Hey.
And you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, because, like I said, needing 3 strikes in the 10th just to force the tie is a lot of pressure. And to come out of it with the victory just shows the guts he had to push through in that match. So he will throw his last shot for the roll-off. And he's perfect 60 score to win the tournament.
All right, so we'll give out some awards and then we'll bring back our winners for interviews. Stay with us. Fans, you have been watching PJBT, Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. If you like what you see, if this is the first time watching, thank you for tuning in. If you hit the bell in the upper right-hand portion of your screen, if you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's PJBT here at Jay Lanes. In an exciting scratch final, our runner-up finisher in the scratch division getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Alex Horton.
Alex Horton, your runner-up today in the scratch division. Great bowling by Alex.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Eli Kirscher.
Eli Kirscher, your runner-up today in the handicap division. Good bowling by Eli.
Okay, and for the second straight week in the scratch division, our winner getting a $200 scholarship certificate and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Aiden Davis.
And your champion in the scratch division, Aiden Davis.
And our winner in the handicap division getting a $200 scholarship certificate and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Carmen Rosselli.
Carmen Rosselli, your champion in the handicap division.
We'll get a picture with our winners, and then we'll send it back for final interviews. Stay tuned. Don't forget to join us in 2 weeks for our next PJBT Adult Junior event at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy, PA on Sunday, December 6th. Thanks, everybody.
All right, let me adjust the camera and we'll bring him back for interviews.
Want to just bring your plaque back for a second? Yep.
Tyler! You're not going to help John wipe this stuff here, okay, when we get out of here? Okay? I would help, but as soon as they clear out everything. All right? Hold on.
All right, Carmen, come on back. Bring your trophy with you.
I guess just close it out.
All right, so we are here today with our handicap champion, Carmen Rosselli. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I believe this is your first tournament victory?
Second.
Second?
Yeah, second.
When was your first? I don't remember
I think 2 or 3 years ago in the
Okay.
adult child at Limerick.
Got you. So, Chromium played a little difficult here
Yeah.
today compared to what I've seen in the past. How'd you play?
Well, it was funny. First 4 games, I actually only had, or first 3 games, I only had 4 strikes. So I knew an adjustment had to be made soon. So in the 4th game, I started just trying to put it over the second arrow and then just letting it go in there, throwing my the backup ball into it, and it, fortunately they were going into the pocket.
They were. You bowled 2 really good games. I know the last game, the championship game, you were clean up until your fill shot. And I forget, were you clean the game before, or did you just have one over?
I believe so.
You were clean?
I know nothing about it because I knew you.
All right. So what equipment were you throwing?
My ball is the Storm Sherlock, and that's the only ball I use. I don't have a spare ball, but yeah, I've learned to throw that flat when I need to, and with enough
You
hook if I
announce
need
the
to.
building before you start. Will DeHart Memorial Senior Men's
We'll let
Tournament.
them
Flyers
get rid of the
available.
announcements
State
here
tournament,
today.
First annual open is available. Flyers are available. 82nd annual women's state tournament. Flyers are available for that. Please hit the bottom right-hand button and they will turn on for your practice, and we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.
So if you know how to kill a ball, you really don't need a spare ball.
Yeah.
So how long have you been bowling for?
It's probably over 10 years. I'm 18 now, and I've been bowling, I think, since, in a league at least, since I was at 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you go to Lebanon Valley?
No, this is one of the colleges, one of my top 2 colleges
Got
I'm
ya.
considering right now.
So you're still in high school?
Yeah, I'm a
And
senior.
where do you go?
Boyertown?
Boyertown. And they don't have a bowling team.
No, they don't, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We've been pushing, and they don't
Yes.
want to budge.
Yeah. So who would you like to give a shout out to, give thanks to?
Well, my dad, of course, and my grandfather, and then my mom and my sisters and my grandmom all watching at home. All of my other family watching in their homes. And then I'd like to give a special shout out to Cole, Cam, Lillian, and Nina watching from the live stream back at their house.
Excellent.
As well.
Yes, there was somebody here that said they were watching you.
Yeah.
And where do you do your league bowling at? Last question.
Limerick.
Limerick.
Yeah.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the handicap championship today. He's now qualified for the season-ending invitational tournament at Limerick.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll see you then.
All right.
Carmen Rosette, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll bring in Aiden. We are here with our scratch division champion, Aiden Davis. Congratulations. This seems like deja vu, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't we just do this a week ago?
Yeah.
So, you probably know where I'm going to start. 9th frame, championship match.
Yep.
You missed that 10 pin.
Yes.
So, of course, I got to start with something not good.
Oh.
Did you think you still had a shot to win? I mean, you're good friends with Alex. You know what kind of bowler he is, especially in this bowling center.
Yeah. I did not think I was going to win. I thought he was going to strike out and shut me out, but luckily he gave me a chance and
Yes.
came through.
So take me through the 10th frame. You didn't look nervous at all,
Yeah, I was nervous.
were you?
Yep.
Well, you didn't show it, that's for sure.
Yep.
You threw 3 great shots.
Yeah, I did.
Three great shots. And then in the 9th, 10th frame roll-off, you threw 4 great shots.
Yep.
Just like a champion would.
I guess you could say so.
So, back-to-back titles. Now, what equipment were you throwing?
I threw the purple hammer all day.
All day?
All day,
All
yep.
day. Cool. Well, did the lanes change much today? It didn't look like they did
Not
so
much. Well, the first 3 games of qualifying, I was trying to play the shim, and I went 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and for me it just wasn't working, so then I moved like about 10 boards left, and I started to keep it tight like I did in the finals, and ever since game 4, it worked for me.
Worked
So.
it? All right. So I don't need to keep you long because we went through all this last week. So who do you want to give a shout out to, give thanks to?
Friends, family, and then also my dad for coaching me.
He's a pretty good coach.
Yep.
I mean, you don't remember him when I remembered him when he was just a tad bit older than you, but he was a really good bowler.
Yep.
You're better.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Little different era back then.
Yeah,
I will
definitely a lot
say that.
harder.
Yes, the equipment makes a huge difference.
Yep.
And I'm sure your dad would admit that you're better than he was at that age.
He does say that.
Yes.
Often.
Whether he's willing to admit it or not on live, who knows?
Yep.
All right, so again, you've qualified for the season-ending championship. So, are we going to be seeing you in a couple weeks at Clearview? Hopefully, we're still bowling.
Is that the adult junior?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be bowling with Brad.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the Scratch Division Championship is back-to-back titles, throwing himself definitely into Player of the Year contention as well, Mr. Aiden
Thank
Davis.
you.
Congratulations.
Yep.
All right, we'll bring Matt back in here, and then we will wrap
All
it up.
right. Well, that's going to do it.
Yes.
We want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving before we sound off today, and we hope everybody joins us Sunday, December 6th for the adult junior event at Clearview Lanes. And bowlers and parents, please don't forget, check the website and the Facebook page for updates in case anything changes with the COVID-19 and the requirements for the state of Pennsylvania. We really would like to have our out-of-state bowlers bowling in 2 weeks, but you are going to probably, I'm going to guess at this point, need that COVID test to be able to come out. So
Yeah.
make sure you try to help us out and get that done in case you want to bowl.
Why don't you give them our website and our Facebook page in case they don't know it?
Yep, website is pjbtbowlingseries.com. Okay, and for our Facebook page, it is the PJBT Youth Information page.
Yes.
So just check that out.
And so to quickly go over what Matt was saying, if you're coming from any place else other than the state of Pennsylvania, you need to have in your hands a negative COVID test within 72 hours of the event. That's to bowl in the event. Also, each spectator to be in the building from out of the state of Pennsylvania must also have a negative COVID test. Unfortunately, those are the rules, and we don't want to get any of the bowling centers in trouble.
Correct.
So we will follow those rules to the T.
Yes. So please, even spectators, make sure that if bowlers, if you can't drive yourself, if you're not old enough, make sure one of your parents also gets the test so they can bring you to the event.
Yes.
We'd hate to have a bowler come that can bowl and then the parent can't watch them.
Yes.
So believe me, we don't like these rules any more than you do, but we do have to follow them until we're out of this, out of the woods with this yet. So.
All right. That's going to do it.
That'll do it. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you in 2 weeks here on the live stream.
See ya.